Hi, I'm horror author Paul Edwards. Tonight I'm reading Famous Monsters of Filmland, issue 64 from 1970. I thought you might enjoy flipping through this vintage magazine with me. Together, let's see what kinds of Monster Kid goodness is in here. Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine, issue 64, came out in 1970. This was right at the start of the second wave of Monster Kids. This was my group. I would have been 5 years old when this came out. We were the kids just becoming old enough to start watching some of the classic scary movies on TV. And in this issue, we're going to get Terrors of the Third Dimension, Boris Karloff's grandchildren, Lugosi in Murders from the Rue Morgue, Destroy All Monsters, that's a Godzilla movie, and all for only 50 cents. Nice. Dwight Fry, of course, from Bride of Frankenstein. Okay. There's Forrest J. Ackerman. The Fang Mail. Letters to the editor. All right, so let's see what we're getting in this issue. Nice. Nice. Diary of a Monster. Yikes. Oops. Can your mailman take it? Stark Trek. Trek or treat among the stars. Star Trek shall not die. Well, that proved true. Oh, yeah. What, you get a whole Star Trek story here? This was kind of creepy. This salt vampire, that was Eldritch. There's an H.P. Lovecraft word for you. That was Eldritch. Well, this is not from Star Trek at all. This is from The Outer Limits. This is from The Outer Limits. That's Simon Oakland in his monster getup from that one where he was running the Carnival space ride that turned out to be a recruitment for real space travelers. Okay, well, now I'm confused. Now I'm less confused. This I do know more about. The 3D movie craze. It's interesting because 3D movies were actually going out of style when The Creature from the Black Lagoon came along and sort of reinvigorated the trend. Here's a movie that doesn't need to be in 3D. Robot Monster. Nothing could save that movie. 13 Ghosts. That would be a good one to see in 3D. House of Wax. This was the movie that turned Vincent Price from a movie star into a superstar. A superstar of horror. The Mask. Okay. Yikes. Came from outer space. Of course, Creature from the Black Lagoon. All right. So Destroy All Monsters. At the time that they made Destroy All Monsters, they thought it would be the final Godzilla film. Obviously, that turned out not to be the case. But at the time they made it, it was supposed to be the big finish to the Godzilla film series. So they actually got a higher than usual budget and included every monster that they still had a usable monster costume for. Which is why it seems a little arbitrary why some monsters are in it but not others. It's because the conditions of the suits had a lot to do with it. Gorosaurus got a great part in this movie because the Gorosaurus suit was great. Some of the other suits were half falling apart and you only got a glimpse of them, or they didn't even include that monster in the movie. But they could not have King Ghidorah. They could not have one last round against King Ghidorah. Anguirus, of course. Killers from Keelok. The Keeloks were the aliens who took mind control over the Earth's monsters and made them attack our cities. Now, okay, the Keeloks took control of these mighty monsters. Godzilla sent to attack New York. Rodan to attack Moscow. Mothra to attack Peking. Where did they send Minya? What city would Minya attack? Like Dubuque? Imagine the indignity of being killed by Minya. That's a bad way to go. Baragon. I really like the Baragon costume. Manda. Manda, of course, was not a costume at all. It was a marionette. I am confused as to why Manda, a creature that lived in the deep sea, number one, could breathe in the air, and number two, had feet, which are something for land animals, not for sea animals. I mean, maybe it was amphibious, but it certainly didn't seem that way in Atragon, where it came from. Dark Shudders. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, Pat Paulson. Yikes. Oh, he's ready to go. Murders in the Rue Morgue. Poe plus Lugosi equals Horrors Unlimited. So, if you're watching a video like this, you probably already know that Murders in the Rue Morgue was an Edgar Allan Poe short story. It's generally considered to be the first modern detective story. And events in this movie are taken from Poe's short story. But Lugosi's character, Dr. Miracle, is nowhere to be found in Poe's story. There's no such character in the Edgar Allan Poe work. It was a character created to give Lugosi something to do in this movie. That's what it was. They're giving you the whole story here, too. That is the whole story of the movie, not the Edgar Allan Poe original. There's Eric, the ape. Oh, Eric, you maniac ape. I like the final scene here, the chase across the rooftops of Paris, where the ape is running away with the young woman and the hero has to chase after him. Diary of a Monster. Well, Boris Karloff had only recently passed away. So this is a look at his family, the heirs of Frankenstein. There's Boris Karloff's grandsons playing with Forrest J. Ackerman in the Acker Mansion, Forrest J. Ackerman's home. Nice. Like grandfather, like grandson. Imagine watching a classic old monster movie and saying, yep, that's my grandpa. Here you can order your back issues because it's like investing in a ghoul mine. Oh my gosh. Oh, it took me a minute to get this. This is from Vampire Bat. There's Lionel Atwill. Well, they're sort of giving away who the bad guy is now. Spoilers. The Amazing Colossal Man. They couldn't get the same actor back to play the Amazing Colossal Man in the sequel, War of the Colossal Beast. So they jacked up his face and took away any speaking parts. And had a, different guy playing it. Out of the Blood Beast. Of course, Invisible Man. Looks like werewolves are getting top billing this month in the monster movies that are for sale on 8mm. The Werewolf, I Was a Teenage Werewolf, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. Then the second tier is 3 Frankenstein features. Huh. Oh, and there's the Vampire Bat that we were just talking about. New caretaker for Graveyard. This is readers' choices for favorite fantasy films. But Forrest J. Ackerman always said that he didn't draw a clear line between horror, fantasy, and science fiction because there were so many overlaps. So he means anything that was a genre film. So here are the readers' choices. Not surprisingly, Frankenstein won. King Kong, The Mummy, the 1932 The Mummy, Dracula, The Wolfman. Yep. Not surprisingly, Horror of Dracula is in the top 10. This can only be Son of Frankenstein, this one here. It's interesting to compare this list of top 10 choices of readers printed in the issue 16 of Famous Monsters of Filmland. In issue 16, long ago, number 1 choice was Horror of Dracula. Of course, that was fresh in people's minds. Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, This Island Earth, really? Frankenstein, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and Bride of Frankenstein, I can understand. The House of Usher, really? The Thing, and War of the Worlds. Leaning a little more to the sci-fi movies there in the older list. Act your age. Oh, there's a great shot of the Bride of Frankenstein. Get your books. You can get your monster records. You can get your Eerie magazine, which was also a Warren publication. Or you can get your Venus Flytrap. Oh, Vampirella. If you enjoy classic monsters and vintage horror, you would enjoy my book series, the Mourner's Woods books. I'm self-published on Amazon. My books are available in ebook, paperback, audiobook, whatever you want. I've got different monsters in different books, completely new cast of characters in each book. The only thing that's in common is the location. My books all take place in the same haunted forest, Mourner's Woods. I'll drop a link in the description for this video. My name again is Paul Edwards. My books are the Mourner's Woods books for sale on Amazon. Thanks for spending some time looking through Famous Monsters of Filmland issue 64 with me. I'll see you in Mourner's Woods.